Hi all and welcome back to my Let's Play of Oblivion. It's a lovely rainy day. Anyone who's watched any of the Morrowind parts of my Let's Play knows that I'm a big fan of rain, especially in video games or places where I can remain dry. Not so nice when you have to be outside in it, but just the atmospherics of the pitter-patter of rain is nice, I think. I don't actually know what time they get here. Also, I noticed, and we probably need to have a look at this. So I can't remember how this works now. Oh, we click to level up. Let's do our first level up. So you can see it's a style of leveling up that's a lot closer to, say, a Fallout game. We just pick what we want to level up. So we have 13 attributes. It's basically because the leveling up system in this game is not great. I actually can't remember what things are associated with what things. You realise that all your life you've been coasting along as if you were in a dream. Suddenly, facing the trials of the last few days, you've come alive. I think if we put 5 in strength, 5 in agility, and 3 in endurance. Let's prioritise endurance before agility. Oh, we can only put 5 maximum in, so let's do it like that. Combat skills. We can get. How does it work? So it costs us 3 to put at 1 point in blade. I fancy like taking blade up a chunk, and then I fancy. So our marksman costs us less, and so does our sneak. Can we get 5 in sneak and 5 in marksman? And that leaves us 1 left, which I don't think any of them cost us 1. So there we go. But yeah, we briefly spoke about this in the start of the Let's Play, but I don't particularly like the leveling up system in this era of Elder Scrolls. I think it forces you to like play the game weird instead of rewarding you for play. Especially because you can actually be penalised for it. It's not like you end up with a weird character that has its own problems that you have to overcome. It just, like, to my memory, you get to a stage where the game just doesn't work as you want it to. But let's just wait. Well, what I'm actually going to go and do, and you can just sort of let your imaginations roll, but I'm going to go and get an inn for the day. Go and sleep, and then come back here at night time. As we go to sleep, I do think it's interesting that our character is essentially becoming a night owl due to the Thieves Guild. Like very early on, it's like, well, no, we need to be up at night. So that's when people are ready for robbing. And it's also like I really do like this rested XP game. I think it really does encourage you to take actions that you might not. And I think like it's a good way to reward a player without penalising other players. So, for instance, you could do it with food as well. You know, eat a meal and get a bit of bonus XP. Not necessarily just for eating it, but bonus potential XP. Because that's how it works. I think the rest is XP stuff, or it's how it works in various other games. So then you get that reward for enacting out certain things, but you're not penalised for not doing it if you don't want to take that more roleplay experience. I think is not a bad way of actually running it. I was thinking we could just sleep on one of these beds, but I'd rather not. So I actually need to learn what time he turns up. I'm assuming midnight if he's not here at 11. Hello, Armand.
Ah, our newest pickpocket.
Just give me a special job.
Ray Fox has asked me to take care of a problem, but I'm putting you on it. Hieronymus Lex actually collected taxes from everyone living here on the waterfront. Your job is to recover those taxes. Are you up for it?
I'm always up for doing some Robin Hooding. But I want to know why first. This seems awfully noble for thieves.
The people of the waterfront are very poor. Traditionally, the city has not collected taxes from them, even though by law they could. The money the city would collect would barely cover the cost of collecting. The Grey Fox has always guaranteed protection to the poor of the waterfront. He doesn't want to let this injustice stand. It's a matter of principle.
Yeah, but I bet the Grey Fox is wealthy, and I bet he doesn't give the wealth to them. Who is Hieronymus Lex?
He is a fool of a captain in the Imperial Watch. He's a real law and order type. He has a grudge against the Thieves Guild and the Grey Fox in particular. Lex has made it his personal mission to capture him. The Grey Fox has led our guild for over 300 years now. He has always guaranteed protection to the poor of the waterfront.
Why does he care?
The Grey Fox has led our...
All right, okay. Sure, I'll do it.
Good. Find out where he's keeping the taxes and bring them to me. I'll also need the tax records of what each citizen paid so we can return it.
Brilliant. So I assume the first step in this process is going to be to talk to a beggar?
I'm only asking for
Hieronymus
looking
Lex.
for him. I might be able to help you for a donation.
Sounds like food on the table. Lex has a small office in the South Watch Tower, and most of the tower is open to the public.
His mouth stopped moving. Brilliant. That sounds prime place for robbing. I love having the beggars as like the eyes and ears of the Grey Fox, but it does raise the question if he's so worried about, being a good guy and the good Thieves Guild, why he doesn't just elevate people himself. It depends if he has the money, I suppose. But if you're out thieving, then there must be some money. I suppose some of it is based on, what's the word? Pride, maybe? Justice, doing the right thing. Why have I still got a green map marker? Have I got active quests? Okay, yes, that should get rid of it. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how the actual map marker system works in this game.
How are you?
So where do we think the guard tower is? I'm just following the map marker. I know that these are various towers that we can get in. This is right next to the first person we had to rob as well, isn't it? I didn't even realise we were right outside a guard tower. It's just down there. Let's have a quick save. Most of it's open to the public. You see, at its best, this game could be... It could almost be like a Hitman game or something like that. Shh. Okay, this feels weirdly gamey. In your head, just imagine that he's waited outside for them to move. That's exactly what's happened there. Oh,
I think you should.
okay, I've left. I wonder if I leave them for a second, if they'll move. Oh, stealth in Elder Scrolls. There's always been an element of it because it's... Okay, I wonder... No.
I'm your relief. It's about time.
Because it's like skill-based or role-based, it just ends up feeling like odd at times. And I am playing it in a very odd way here, so some of it's on my play, not in the game's. Oh, lock. No, I didn't mean to do that. Let's just go upstairs. Yeah, so some of that is on me and the way I'm choosing to play it. I'm being a bit weird with it, but it almost feels like you have to be successful, which is very true of Morrowind as well. Like, you have to be very weird in Morrowind. So we need a ledger. We want to steal anything valuable here as well, because we can then go and take it and fence it. Oh, Lord. Uh,
Stop!
oh god. So, what I'm trying to get at is if this was a game where stealth was one of the key components, the way you would do this, your interactions with it would be fairly rational and logical. It would be, I'd approach this at a time of day when there's no guards around. And I mean, let's try some of these things. I would go at night, perhaps, or daytime, whichever one has less. I would scout it out. I'd find cover to hide behind. But because there's just a lot of guards walking around, you kind of just have to progress it until you find the right moment. Like, there's no way I can find out the schedule upstairs. There's no note or something that's like, right, all the guards go out at this time when they're changing watches. Seems to be during the day, though. So that was a mistake we were making. Which there's some rationale to that, to be fair, so let's let the game off very slightly. You know, you can have a heavier guard at night, I would say. Okay. I'm being run around. I know with, basically I think I'm a bit, corrupted from Morrowind and my thoughts on that, because like that was very much I think the way I described it is you smush your face against it until you get the results you want. It's kind of, you have to hope more than anything else. It's all because it's skill rolls and things, which is obviously, that allows your character to be an expression of how you played, which is the whole idea behind the leveling up system. I do understand that. It's just, I don't think it works. And once you know a certain amount of it, God, was it only 53 gold? You're right, it was barely worth it. There is nothing worth robbing in here, which, Captain of the Guard, you think he'd have like a nice sword or something. I like that, actually. I just noticed that. He's a painter. That's what he does in his spare time. Do you reckon they're Lex's originals, these? That's a nice little touch, that. I mean, if everyone's asleep... no, nothing good. It's probably not worth checking all these, but... yeah, let's go. Let's go. I do think the weight bar needs some contextualization. Because I've just slept there for 14 hours. Because hell am I spending 20 gold every time I just want to wait for this guy. But... like, if it just popped up and says, like, at some point in the game, while you're waiting, your character is doing these things. It might not just be like, he's sleeping ill.
Have you recovered
I don't know.
those taxes?
It just suits the way my brain works with games. It's not really a problem. To be honest, it's just what I do. That's what I do. I contextualize it in my head as my character doing something. Here's your taxes.
Ah, the Grey Fox will be very pleased. We will make sure this gets back to the people. Can you believe that fool even bothered to collect this paltry sum? You can keep it. I merely wanted the watch to know they went too far. I think it's time to promote you to Footpad. Congratulations on your new guild rank.
It's funny because they do the guilds, and this has always been the case, as these ranks. And it makes sense for guilds to have ranks. But you don't ever get an idea of the scope or depth of the guild. All guilds are just a ladder to climb. They're not like, you don't have to get in the power structures or anything like that. It's just, if you keep going at this, you will become the leader. I mean, that's how they get the story to you, so it makes sense. You've got any more special jobs for me?
The guild has received a request to obtain a unique statuette. It is a bust of Lafasa Indaris, the recently slain Countess of Chainhall. You will be paid a modest sum. Do you want this job?
I'll take it.
Excellent. Bring it back to me once you have it. Shadow,
I've reached my goal. I've fenced over 100 gold worth. Oh, yeah.
hide you.
I know. I know. So we need to walk to Shaden Hall, don't we? which is east, 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 east. So just because we've done up to here before, let's start in Ayleswell and go around, because I think I showed most of this path up here. I'm not going to show every bit of walking to places, but it's nice to see like the countryside change and see what areas are out there. I also don't know what this is going to look like yet, because I haven't registered any videos at night. So let's get it to daytime, just in case it's impossible to see anything.
Excuse me. We have a small problem that we hope you can help us with. You may be wondering why you can't see me. We are all wondering the same thing.
Interesting. What happened?
Everyone in Ayleswell suddenly became invisible several weeks ago. It was sort of fun at first, but the novelty has definitely worn off now. You can imagine how difficult it is to run an inn while invisible. Once you get a reputation as a haunted inn, you can just forget about it. So we've all been keeping quiet, hoping the spell will wear off. But we're running out of patience. We're sure it was Ankatar's doing, but we can't find him. If you can help us, we will be extremely grateful.
Who's Ankatar?
He's a wizard who took up residence in the ruins of Fort Caractacus a couple of years ago. He's caused us no end of trouble with his magical experiments, but nothing as bad as this. We've tried to find him, but had no luck. If he's still living in the fort, he's hiding from us, and no wonder. If you could find him and get him to remove this cursed invisibility, we will all be in your debt.
I will be back to help you. I'm not doing it now. I have an important thing to go and steal. But we are a good person, so we will come and help you. That quest, I knew it was there when we first walked through the town, but I didn't realise it would pop from waiting right next to it, Ayleswell. Thinking about it, that feels like a... Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is very nice. That feels like a very typical Oblivion quest. It's like, there's... I don't know if this is retained in Skyrim, I can't quite remember, but it's definitely sort of portrayed in Sheogorath, one of the Daedric gods, and there's definitely some of it in Morrowind as well, like the barbarian who's frozen in place. But there's an element of silliness, especially when it comes to like magics and things like that. I think the game is willing to be very silly and non-self-serious with it, which I like. I love these inns, these little inns on the side of the road. Almost gives you like some connective tissue between places. And it immediately says, oh, these are roads that, you know, travellers come through. So I believe we're coming up to Shadenhall. I wasn't sure what I was expecting sort of location-wise. I seem to remember it being more... My apologies. It seems to remember it being more autumnal than this. But it's quite heavily treed. Can't remember what their sort of shtick was. This is the Morrowindy one, isn't it? So, severely lacking in giant mushrooms.
How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Is this the one you have to pay to get in? I know there is one. Or was that? That might be Skyrim. Sort of all merge into one after a certain amount of time, don't they? So,
What do you want?
again, very medieval European, big church type of building, but I think I'm not going to speak of architecture actually. It seems to be stylized after a certain type though. So we need to start by speaking to a beggar, I think. You seem to be relevant. Hello, luckless Lucina.
I'm only asking for enough to feed me kids.
What kids? Kids don't exist in this world.
Sure, I've heard about it. What's it worth to you?
Something weird going on with the mouse. 15 coins.
Doris recently commissioned a bust of the Thassa. They say the elves carved it.
The elves.
Put it in a tomb in the chapel underground.
There's something really weird going on here.
Also posted a guard so that her tomb wouldn't be disturbed. Used to be anyone could visit her. but now it's off limits to the public.
It almost
There's a
feels like
rumor
watching
going around that the Undercroft may be
a
haunted.
badly dubbed anime or something. Right, let's go.
Blessings of Mystara upon you.
How are you?
Yeah, it's a bit marshy. Not marshy. That's more Leowyn, isn't it? Right. Here we go.
Stand clear.
Let's go tomb robbing. We're not above it. I am surprised about how Christian these chapels are, even with the stained glass. God. Yeah, from Morrowind, you don't tend to get the such a heavy Christian vibe off, and I can understand it's a different land. Save, always save before you rob something. Because then if it goes wrong, it's not our fault. Right. I believe there'll be a garden here. Oh, hello. To be honest, I think the Thieves Guild is the sort of thing we should probably just have done at a higher level, because all of this will be a lot easier. But it's fine. My bust. In and out. Oh, just as I was saying in and out. Oh, what? How much trouble are we going to get in for killing this person? Or is this one of those allowed killings? Yeah, yeah. I should have, from the very strict rules that he walked me through, should have guessed that that was not allowed. To be honest, I'm the sort of person who quite likes failure in games. In the sense of, if we rolled with it and made it part of our character's arc that he failed and, had to pay the blood price and struggled to scrape it together. But I think because playing it for video leads... There she is. Okay, is she going to come in here? Because we're screwed if she is. Okay. Yeah, but because the way, playing it for video as well, and the parts of the game I want to see... I don't... I just want to see the game as is. I don't want to meet it. There is no indication of where she is. No footsteps. I can't peer around the corner. Oh. Okay. I wanted to go down that one again. Oh, she's coming in. We waited too long that time. I don't think she spends long in here. Yeah, she just walks in and out. Okay. Okay, we're good. See, that felt good. That felt okay. Okay. If there were indications of where she was, so we could follow it and be like, oh, okay, she's nearby, she's turned around, she's walking away. I've got the sound indication so I know that I can go. Or if I could peer around the corner in a safe way. The mechanics that stealth games sort of developed after this point, in all honesty, then that would have been fine, but it worked better than Morrowind. The waterfront is crawling with Imperial Watch. They are all looking for our man Christoph. I'm sure he won't show at midnight. Their Lost Garden is too hot. I'll need to find out where he's hiding. Maybe one of the other Thieves Guild members knows. I'll have to start asking around for them.
Armand Christoph is hiding.
No, I don't. Funnily enough. Bye. Do you know? Because I could do with finding him. I want to explore around here and see all the guards. If I remember right, they're all running around. Do you have a sign of Armand Christophe? It's a cool little thing to happen, though, this is. So this isn't the way that this game can be far more reactive than Morrowind. Morrowind is kind of like these cardboard pieces with okay writing behind them.
Have you seen Armand Christophe? What do you want?
Oh, I want to say it. I want to say it so bad. I'm going to say it. I want to see what he says.
What do you...
You know where the bust is hidden?
No, not really. I was joking.
Then you are wasting my time.
Oh. Good himbo of the Captain's Guard. Can't tell when even not a smart person is playing with him.
Thank goodness I found you. I assume you know that Hieronymus Lex has issued an arrest warrant for Armand Christophe.
I mean, he has been stealing stuff. Where is he?
He is in hiding. Armand is accused of stealing the bust of Lathasa Indaris from Cheydinhal. They say Count Indaris himself filed the charges.
What do I do with the bust?
There never was a client that commissioned the guild to steal Lathasa's bust. Armand used you to flush out an informant that infiltrated the guild.
Infiltrated? Who is the informant?
Mavrina Arano. Now Armand needs your help to neutralize her. You're going to pin the theft of the bust on Mavrina. She lives in the waterfront.
How?
Plant the bust in her cupboard. Make sure she doesn't see you. Then go tell Hieronymus Lex that she is the thief.
Genius.
He probably won't believe you, so you may have to persuade him. Hopefully you will at least go and check it out.
Big himbo will believe me. Let's get this done.
Thank you.
Yeah, so this is already way more interactive than anything that's going on in Morrowind. But it's also way more heightened than anything in Morrowind. You know, this is the second quest of the Thieves Guild. If this was Morrowind, we would have had to steal like 30 petty items by now. Shh. I really hope she's asleep. Okay. I assume we have to put it in here. Oh, it will be the cupboard named her cupboard. I haven't just come out of that building. What are you on about?
What do you want?
Bust of Litharis Inderis.
You know where the
Mervena Arano has
Your
it.
credibility is suspect.
Okay, let's play the pie game. I mean, if we just bribe him, will that do the job?
You know where the bust is hidden?
Your credibility...
Oh,
We'll see.
let's start the game.
I accept. I have no choice. Good one. Was that so... You're a big fat liar.
I'm not very good at this.
Was that supposed... Whatever you want. That's... You're a big fat liar.
That's right.
Is that enough?
Your credit...
Oh God.
I'm listening.
Join me back in a second.
You know
Let's
where the
try
bust-
this then.
Your credibility...
Oh God.
All right.
Thank you. How kind. Thank you.
Let's try 7.
They...
Oh, I pressed the wrong
What do you want?
buttons. Okay.
Tell me more.
See, was that hard?
Have I just spent all my money?
Are you sure?
Okay.
That can't be right. She's my... I mean, she doesn't seem to be the type.
Big old himbo. It's in a cupboard.
I don't believe you, but I'll have to check it out anyway. If you are right, there will be hell to pay. You will have to come along.
Okay. I need to level up persuasion, I think. That was felt bad.
Hey,
This
what are you
citizen
doing?
is accusing you of stealing the bust of Lathasa from Cheydinhall. I even found the bust in your cabinet. What do you have to say?
Fool! You've just exposed me to the Thieves Guild. That citizen is actually the guild member that was hired to do the theft.
Regrettably, I have no...
Oh, this is
further
great. I
use
love
for
this.
you. If what I heard is true, you are the thief. If what you say is true, the Grey Fox knows you are my informant. Either way, it's over. You didn't really think I'd trust the likes of you for very long.
But I've been loyal to you. I've reported everything that Armand has done. You can't just toss me aside like a soiled cloth.
Yes, I can. You are under arrest for the theft of the bust of Lathasa Indaris, Countess of Cheydinhall. Come with me.
And on that bombshell, thank you for joining me today. My name's been Billy. Next video will be Monday. And I'm going to carry on enjoying manipulating this big himbo. It's going to be great. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.